Midweek. Welcome to Wednesday. Uh, it's interesting how we're already in the today's the 11th, right? Day of February. This year seems to be off to a great start. It's running, not in heels this time, but in sneakers. But hey, we're just gonna play catch up with the week. Anyway, we're starting off with the big three stories for today, and we'll move on to other matters. On the 4 o'clock hour, we'll be talking about herders, gun-wielding herders. They're no longer, in those places that you can't find them. They're now in the cities carrying AK-47s. Yes, we'll be talking about why. Of course, they have reasons as to why they say they're allowed to carry these guns. But of course, we also live in a country where people are not allowed to necessarily carry these guns without licenses. We'll talk about that on the 4 o'clock hour. On the 5 o'clock hour, we'll be talking about something that's on the lips of every Lagosian. Rent and houses. There seems to be a housing crisis in Lagos. Everyone's talking about it. It's been an array of videos, asking the governor to do something, the government of Lagos, to wade into the high cost of renting in Lagos. It looks like a lot of us might have to move back to our villages, or maybe move to Ibadan or Ogun State or wherever else outside of Lagos, because we no longer are able to afford these rents so far. It promises to be a great Wednesday afternoon. On Balogo and Broad, we're talking about the things that affect our pockets. It's the business of renting, landlords, landladies, real estate developers, agents, etc., etc. I'll be having two guests join me on the 5 o'clock hour. It promises to be a great show. Once again, we're live facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM, also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. This is how we welcome you on the show, in case you're just joining us for the very first time.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Let's be honest, this isn't the show for the faint-hearted. We don't do PR here. We do truth. We don't repeat headlines, we interrogate them.
If it's power, we question it. If it's policy, we break it down. And if it's propaganda, we cut right through it. Every story, every voice, every fact under the spotlight. Because Nigerians don't need noise, they need clarity. So if you're tired of spin and ready for sense, welcome.
I'm Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
Okay, let's start with the big stories today on Hard Facts. We're going to start with, oh my God, the issue of the Electoral Act, which is seemingly the biggest front burner issue all through last week into this week. It's never ending. Yesterday, you saw the uproar from Nigerians. We saw 2 days so far, back-to-back occupation of the National Assembly. We saw a few notable former government officials who are now obviously members of the ADC, I think. We saw Rotimi Amechi, we saw Peter Obi, we saw Solomon Dalong, and several other people who showed up. And we saw civil society organizations also pushing the National Assembly to do what they say is the right thing. Let's start with the Vanguard newspaper. Top story here says Electoral Act with new amendment, nobody can rig elections again, says Senator Nwabonyi. Let's get to the business of that story. Senator representing Ebonyi North Senatorial District, Onyekachi Nwabonyi, has said the latest amendment to the Electoral Act by the National Assembly has effectively closed the loopholes that previously enabled electoral manipulation. Speaking on Arise Television this morning, he said the new legal framework makes electronic transmission of results mandatory, stressing that the revised law now carries greater force than existing guidelines issued by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Leading with the Senate's position on the amendment, the lawmaker said, and I quote, "Nobody can rig elections in Nigeria under the new arrangement." Well, here's a clip of Nwabonyi. He's from Ebonyi and he's Nwabonyi. You know what that means? He's Nwabonyi, a son of Ebonyi. I guess that's right. Here's Senator Nwabonyi on Arise Television this morning, and this video is courtesy of Arise Television as he explains away the position of the Senate.
I'm happy that you still acknowledge me as your very good friend, and I am. Now, what we did is correct and should be accepted by every patriotic Nigerian, except those who are playing the politics of opposition. But I've always said, everything is not politics. This is a fact, and they have to argue with facts. Now, by inserting for the first time the electronic transmission in our law, gives court the power to recognize any result from IREF. It was not so before. And I said it here, and I expected you should praise me and the 10th Senate in that aspect. You know, the 9th Senate never did so. You can read the Electoral Act 2022 from beginning to the end. You will not see where IRF was mentioned. You will not see where electronic transmission was mentioned. But the 10th Senate boldly said in Section 60 sub 3, as proposed to be amended, that the presiding officer at every polling unit, after collecting the result, entered in from EC 81A, shall, not may. That word shall makes it mandatory. And that word shall gives the court the power to recognize the result in IRF. And if that transmission fails at the moment, it will report in the system that it was tried and it failed. So it doesn't give INEC or the presiding officer the discretion to say that there is network or there's no network. Everybody will be there. The polling agents will be there. So, I'm happy.
Well, that's Senator Nwabonyi there explaining the Senate's position about this particular issue. That he's saying that it's going to be watertight. No one can rig elections anymore. But I want to take you back to what transpired before the Senate passed this bill, obviously, and agreed on what they wanted to agree on. But let's look at that story from the Daily Trust newspaper. Senate transmission approval raises new questions. Apparently, the decision by the Senate to on the amended clause 60 subsection 3 permitting both electronic and manual transmission of results has raised fresh questions. As the Senate yesterday rescinded its earlier decision rejecting electronic transmission of results from polling units to the Independent National Electoral Commission's viewing portal, IREV, the upper chamber okayed the electronic transmission of election results to IREV, but with a caveat. Clause 60 subsection 3 was amended to mandate electronic transmission of results from polling units to IREV after EC8A forms might have been signed and stamped. The amendment specified the signing by the presiding officer and available party agents at polling units before the electronic transmission. However, it provided that where electronic transmission failed due to communication issues, the EC8A form signed or countersigned shall remain primary. The amendment further stated that in such cases, the signed EC8A shall serve as the basis for collation and declaration of election results. But let's also not forget that there's a Supreme Court judgment that talks about the fact that the IREV is just a viewing portal. A conversation we're going to have tomorrow I'm going to have a senior advocate of Nigeria join me in the studio as we analyze the Supreme Court decision side by side, vis-a-vis what the Senate has agreed upon. Now, it's something that we have to break down so that the average person understands where we're coming from. Okay. The amendment further stated that in such cases, the signed EC8A shall serve as basis for coalition, I beg your pardon, and declaration of election results. With this amendment, the provision for real-time upload of results has been removed. Some civil society groups and opposition parties who spoke yesterday viewed the Senate's decision as a double standard, alleging that it would create more confusion. And so I ask, are you more confused, or are you a bit clear? Or do you certainly think that the Senate is, being clever by half? Or is this a breadcrumb situation? Or have they, because the truth is, the senators are saying that we've done what you asked us to do. What else do you want? Did they do exactly what you wanted them to do is the question. And how satisfied are you? Well, here's the Senate yesterday. There was a little bit of rowdiness just before they came to some sort of agreement and passed what has been passed. Take a quick listen if you're watching us live on Facebook and on YouTube. This video is courtesy of Channels Television.
My point of order is Order 72, Mr. President.
Order, please. My mic is not working. Order.
All the extra. I'm still standing on my point of order.
Order, please. Order, please.
DSP. All the extra he added was unnecessary. So I just left it here. But we're on committee of the whole now. What are we?
This thing is not working.
Yeah.
Senator Bariga.
What do you want me to do?
Okay.
If we're going to committee of the whole,
Thank you.
let's
We
leave
shall.
it. Because we'll have to discuss it.
Page 1483. Page 1484. Page 1485. Page 1486.
Can you take your seat, please? Take your seat.
Order.
Take your seat.
1487.
Professor Ani, take your seat. Senator Yunus, take your seat.
1489.
Senator Karimi, take your seat.
Page 1490.
Take your seat. Take your seat, Mr. President.
Page 149.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, you will listen to Senator Baribe's points of order. We change later on. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
From Washington to Beijing, Moscow to Abuja, London to Kigali, the world is shifting fast.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe.
Economies are rising and falling, and global alliances are being tested like never before. But what does it all mean for you?
With a new administration and a new president in the White House trying to put an end to the war.
I didn't know the historical context, what the state of Israel means for them.
Join the fearless Ireti Bakare Yusuf on Borderlines every Friday at 4 p.m. on Nigeria Info 99.3. As she dissects the biggest global events and their impact on world peace.
Those who are not familiar with Israel or the war itself would not know much about the group breaking the silence.
Borderlines on Nigeria Info every Friday at 4 p.m. The world is changing. Don't just watch, understand it. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Let me tell you the real thing to brag about. Brag about how authentic you are. Brag about your confidence and your vibe. Brag about your style, your energy. And yes, brag about how amazing you smell. Because there is one fragrance that gives you all of that in one bottle. Wazobia perfume.
Oh yes, Wazobia perfume. The same perfume everybody's talking about. See, once you step in with Wazobia perfume, you don't need to talk too much. The fragrance does the talking for you. Be authentic, be confident, be classy. Treat yourself and your friends to Wazobia perfume today. Available as both perfume and body spray.
Get your Wazobia perfume today at any store near you or order online for carton purchases or to stock Wazobia perfume. Please call 0201-330-0047 or email contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
With each day comes new stories,
new reports, new discovery.
Presidency spends 34 billion naira on travels in 2 years.
There is nothing you can do about it. This is our money, our president is spending.
The defection of members of the Labour Party in Alimosho to the ADC were violently disrupted.
Governors remain leaders of the APC in states. Credited to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You go there and see arrogant in people they call nurses and doctors.
INEC says it has completed an internal timetable for the 2027 general election.
No way America can come and do this. Let them come and tell me again that Nigeria is a sovereign country.
Anyone that can put an end to this problem in this country, I beg, may they come help us.
It's all part of the conversation.
Right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome to the Big Three on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. We're looking at, of course, the latest controversy emanating from the Senate's position on the Electoral Act, amendment, re-amendment, and, of course, a quick U-turn, which had a caveat and it's got a lot of people talking. Let's play you the rest of that clip from the rowdy session of the National Assembly. Here it goes. This clip is courtesy of Channels Television, by the way.
Page 1483. Page 1484. Page 1485. Page 1486.
Can you take your seat, please? Take your seat.
Order. Take your seat.
Professor Ani, take your seat. Senator Yunus, take your seat.
1489.
Senator Karimi, take your seat.
Page 1490.
Take your seat. Take your seat, Mr. President.
Page 1491.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Page 1492. Page 1493.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order.
1494.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order.
Page 1495.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order.
Which page? Oh, sorry. Distinguished colleagues. Senator Gao.
Mr. President.
Senator Yaya.
My name is Eyin Naya Baribe.
Sorry.
Please.
Okay, I'll save you the trouble. Senator Yine Abaibe actually wanted everybody's name to be on their vote. In other words, to vote differently as opposed to a voice vote. But then after a while, there was a U-turn and things changed, and then they resorted to the voice vote. That's it. So the question still persists. What exactly do you guys want? Because what's my point is saying is that they've done exactly what you wanted. And with this, they think it's a watertight situation that no one would be able to rig the elections in 2027. But quickly, the phone lines are open. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. You can join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 0809-5975-805. Send a message to X. Use the hashtag HardFacts. My last story, the U.S. is sending more troops to Nigeria. Yes, and by the way, on the one hand, there is a report that has been released. Of course, we'll be talking about that report hopefully tomorrow or on Friday, where Kwankwaso seems to be put there on that report as someone who started, Sharia law, and I'm wondering to myself. Where does the US get the information? Because if I remember vividly, it was a Yerima who later became a senator, and he was the governor of Zamfara State at the time. But we're going to look at that report as a whole on Friday and talk about it extensively. And the names of the people who they put on a no-fly list to the US, we'll talk about that. But in the meantime, the phone lines are open. Let's talk. These are the big three stories for today. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann.
Yes.
Yeah, God bless you, Maryann. Are you hearing me?
You have 60 seconds and your time is ticking.
Yeah, this is Evangelist Johnson. I'm calling you from Ireland. Yeah. I've been following your programs. You are trying to follow up these people. I want to ask Nigerians questions. With what we are listening now, is there anything honor? Is there anything honor for what we are listening now? Not to talk of Ebu. With what we are listening now, is there anything honor there? Not to talk of Ebu. Matured men holding a meeting like children. So sad. It's so sad. But Nigerian, I always said it, and I will continue to say it. Our time has come for us to rescue Nigeria. What we did between 1993 and 1996 is going to happen again in 2027. Anybody who wants to tamper with our elections, we are going to tell the person no. And that is why US is here.
Okay.
US is not here to fight anything. That 2027 election, that is why the whole world, lovers of Nigeria, our time has come for us to rescue this country. We can never continue like this. It is impossible.
All right. The US is not here for your elections. There are allegations that they're here to manipulate the elections, obviously. But the US is here for the US's interest, not for you, sir. Perish the thought. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Princess Maryann Okon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Pastor Ladipo. I'm calling from Orile, Ontario, Gomu. Maryann, what these people did, that senator this morning was going from one station to another trying to explain what they did. If what they've done is clear enough, it needs no so much explanation. Let me tell you, Maryann, they are still leaving room for ambiguity. They are still leaving lacuna behind, so that anybody that manipulates the election, they will tell you go to court. And the court has already seen the technicality in what they passed. One of the technicalities is this, that they are now making it both manual and electronic. And in the first place, they didn't even invalidate what the Supreme Court said about IRES. so that they will now come back and say, okay, Supreme Court, so from henceforth, this is part of our law that IREB must be validated, it must be accepted. We are in for a long thing.
Thank you very much for calling. 0201-277-0993. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Mercy calling from our library.
Go ahead, Mercy.
Maryann, in this country, want to move forward for this kind of the day. Every day we are here speaking in one thing. The right thing for them to do for Nigeria.
Mercy,
we are dying.
Mercy, I need you to turn off your radio. I don't have to be telling you people this thing every day.
Maryann, I'm far away from my radio.
Turn it off.
My radio is outside. I'm inside though. I'm far away from my radio. I don't know why you own the day like that. I don't really just understand this country like this, Maryann. Let us stand for our truth. As I'm telling you now, I don't stop those police. They are standing on the road, collecting money. I will send them to you, Maryann.
Okay, all right.
They want to do one thing. I blast them, and they're ready to die.
Thank
and
you very much.
we are here. This is our country.
Thank you very much for calling, Mercy. All right, thank you very much. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Robert from
Go ahead.
I think Nigerians should focus on party agents during election. Party agents. You see, this law passed by the National Assembly is good, but it's to regulate INEC. Just like a guideline. You understand? But the major problem, as far as it's not electronic voting, the major problem is the party agent and the security agent that will be present at the polling center on the election day. These are people that with that EC8 something form, they are the one that will change figures. They are the people.
So I heard somebody try to make a suggestion that why do we have to use form EC8 snap it, and why don't we just impute numbers into the IREV? That way, no one will tamper with it. If this is the number that we see at the polling units, that should be the same number.
Had it been done that way, Maryann, there will be limited chance to manipulate figure. But as far as this party agent will use biro and be writing on that if something, my sister, forget about any law that the National Assembly are making. They will still read the yes.
Thank you very much for calling, Robert. I appreciate it. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
I'm on the line.
Uzo, go ahead, please.
Maryann, see, be like say this country is in 1 week, one trouble. Or many weeks, many troubles. What is difficult for these people to pass this common request of Nigeria? Can you see that all the election we are doing in this country, it is not free and fair at all? Because they have prepared they've gone very far in preparing how they are going to rig this election. That is why those who we are feeding with our taxpayers' money are now dictating for us, giving us conditions why they should not do this election, give it a free and fair, and let the result be transmitted real time. Simple thing, real time. This one is saying that no network sharing. There's network everywhere. It's because they have gone far in planning how they are going to rig this election. But God will not let them rig this election. They are inviting June 12th.
Okay.
They are inviting it to her.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. People like to drag God into everything. You people stop dragging God into people's politics. God is not a politician. Get that right. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good evening, Maryann. Maduka from Festa.
Go ahead, please.
There is a sinister thing that is happening now, and is also part of the desperation. Out of the out of the whole northern state governors, including the person who first started Sharia law, is the only person whose name was submitted to America.
Well, Maduka, that's subject to a debate, and that's why I want to have that conversation on Friday, because what the congressman is saying, or whatever they have come to conclusion, is as a result of the conversations they've had with our government officials, meaning that those names were supplied to them by our government officials.
Yes. So they are crippling Pankwasia, crippling for this 2007 and even future. They are trying to finish in politically. It's sinister, but we'll watch and see. Okay.
Interesting times. Thank you very much for calling. It's a great conversation that we must have on Friday. This so-called bill that they're going to pass, and of course, which will restrict a lot of people from traveling to the U.S. And well, yeah, there's several other things on that list, but Kwankwaso's name sticking out like a sore thumb for reasons that we all know may not be the best. And how it's being misconstrued that he started Sharia law. Come on, guys. Even the US should know a little bit of history. Or track and trace. Get journalists. You're friends with journalists in this country. I'm guessing that Congressman Riley should know better. Or should we begin to think that there's more to this than just trying to fight terrorism? Well, we'll get to find out. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
From here.
Go ahead.
Most time I just laugh when we start lamenting. Because when Gani was alive, how many of us voted for him? This is the person that wants to carry if it is his cause or Nigerian cause. How many of us line up that okay, we want to vote for Gani? We keep on voting for the same set of people, and we are lamenting. But for you, Maryann, the issue between me and you is you keep on saying leave God out of this. God will be the one.
God is not a politician. Leave God alone.
He's a politician.
No,
when Israel was going, he knows they are going to encounter the Red Sea.
I'm sorry.
He knows it.
He's not a politician.
He knows it.
Leave him out of it. You people created this mess. You will clean it up yourself.
Yes, we create it. But African leaders
leave him out. African leaders, did they fall from the moon? Are they not your brothers and your cousins?
Once you say you want to vote, okay, what is the cause?
Okay.
Why did they kill people?
Please. I've not eaten amala yet. I don't have energy to have this conversation. Please, goodbye.
I'll give it to you.
Goodbye.
God is a politician.
God is not a politician. Goodbye and God bless. Can we stop it? Next thing, they're playing football. God will help us. So God does not know how to help the opponents, the guys that are playing against you. This thing that we do, that God has given you people everything. You see this Nigeria, God has given you everything you need to carry you through your existence on this planet. But what have we done? Squandered it. And every time you, the guy that's complaining today, that you saw your cousin, your friend, your countryman doing it, you didn't speak because he's your countryman. Now you want God to save you. No, sir. You create the mess, you clean it. Leave God out of it. On Facebook Live, Kofi Rayna here says, I thought I escaped seeing the senator on Nwabonyi video again. What is the uncle on about? Self-centered, subjective and baseless comments from him. Traumatizing, he says. Blessing here says, I can't believe how rowdy the Senate session is. Grown adults who are legislators being prompted to follow order. Excuse me, have you seen the Chinese parliament? Or have you seen other parliaments? It can be crazy. Or the Turkish parliament. Oh yes, it can be crazy. Kofi Rena is also saying here that the likes of Senators Natasha Akpoti, Reti Kingibe have been quite vocal in the House in response to being bullied. Their current silence in the House is now loud. Nigerians vote them all out and drain the rock, he says. Interesting times. And, okay, let's see. I have 38 seconds because we have a guest. Uche from Songo says, but when the same congressman was saying Christian genocide without evidence, you all clapped and praised him. I don't think you listen to this show, Uche, because I also want to believe that you listen to this show, but you pick out whatever you want to pick out. Because I'm one of those people who continue to say it is unfair. And my voice it plays on this station every day when I say it's unfair to say that only Christians were being killed. But Uche, you want to believe whatever you want to believe, or sometimes, maybe you don't listen and you just say whatever you want to say off the cuff. That's fine. It's your opinion. Gotta go. On the other side, we'll be talking. Stay with us.
Not Benny can serve you the way we do.
We go all the way.
You guys are always keeping your voice down when you're benefiting from the government.
I think you back before that monkey swallowed billions of naira. This one now, Scorpion will soon swallow billions.
Then my landlord gave me notice because I decided to go and vote my opponent.
Is it Nigeria the only country in this world that everything they do, they will do it upside down?
It's 99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.